Thanks for joining me on Julie's Wig World. Today we're going to cover a few topics that perhaps may not have been covered by other YouTubers, but there are a few elements about wearing a wig that you might find a little bit annoying, and it's good to know about it up front. What am I going to do if I go out in the wind and it's blowing my hair off my face? And all of this can be seen if I haven't got a really nice expensive wig. Put your wig into a plait. So a long wig can be put into a plait, or a medium length wig can also be put into a plait as well. So this hair isn't going to go anywhere in that wind. Don't forget the beanie. It's a really fabulous way of protecting those fibres and stopping that wind blowing your hair everywhere. These days there's so many different styles of cap. Choose the one that suits you and get out there and don't be afraid of the wind. Wherever you are in this big, wild, windy world, just protect those fibres, don't be scared of the wind, and get out there and have fun. The thing that people may not mention that often is the fibres of the wig tangling, and this is particularly prevalent if you've got a long wig. So this is a really long wig. I've had her for about 4 years now, and so to stop her from tangling, I've just brought her around the side of my head and put a hairband on there, and that just reduces the movement, because it's the movement and the swishing of the fibres that make them tangle. So if you're someone who doesn't want to be bothered with untangling wigs all the time, get a short curly wig. Otherwise, you need to maintain these. So if you take off a long wig, such as this one, then you always comb it straight away and put some spray conditioner on so that you reduce the build-up of tangle in your wigs. The other thing that can be a little bit annoying about wigs is that quite often a wig that you see on someone doing a YouTube video or on a model or a stock photo will not look the same way as it does on them as it will on you, because we all have a different face shape. Some people have a heart, some have a rectangle or an oval, there's other face shapes. Also the skin tone, so that the skin tone of the person that you've seen the wig on may not be your skin tone, and that can clash with the colour of the wig. The other thing that can make a wig look different on you than someone else is your hairline. We all have a different looking hairline. For some of us, our hairline is further back, and others it's further forward. So that can really make a big difference as to how a wig looks on you than on the model that you may have seen that wig on. The other element about wearing wigs that people may not discuss is that it does take some practice. You can't just pop a wig on and know exactly what to do straight away. But it's really important not to give up, just to practice. Put that wig on, wear it around the house, look at YouTube videos and really practice. And always put some makeup on. That may sound shallow, but it's not, because it really helps to lift the whole effect and give you a lot of confidence. And wig wearing is all about confidence. If you are not looking nervous wearing a wig, if you are just yourself, nobody's going to think that it's a wig. They're too busy thinking about what they have to do next in their own life and too busy thinking about how they're looking. The other thing is there's lots of different ways to style your wig, and that's going to require some practice and some experimentation. So you can put your wig totally up, you can put it in a half updo. There's lots and lots of ways to style your wig, as you can see here. Wigs can be really hot. You are firstly wearing your own hair underneath, then on top of your hair you may be wearing a wig cap, and then on top of your wig cap you are wearing a wig. And so all of those layers trap the heat in and make your wig hot. So all of these elements put together can sometimes add up to the equivalent of wearing a beanie. So that's why in summer it's great to focus on the shorter, curly styled wigs that are open wefted. You can put your fingers right through there if you want to, so that the air is really going to get through and penetrate. The next point people may not mention to you is that wigs can get a bit itchy. You might feel like sticking something under there and having a little bit of a scratch. that don't. I've never really had that problem, but I think it can occur when sometimes you can have a bit of a rough weft under there, and if you're a person who doesn't have your own hair, that might be irritating your scalp. And if you've worn a wig a lot, you can get hair poking through, and this is synthetic, so if that's rubbing on your scalp, that might make it itchy as well. And also add on to that the element of heat and skin can get itchy. So if you get some hair poking out through your wefts, just try and pop them back through there and try and reduce the elements that might make your scalp itch. Thanks for joining me on Julie's Wig World. YouTube will have a video here selected just for you. Enjoy, and if there's any topics you'd like me to cover, put them down below. I really love to help you on your wig wearing journey, and I'm really loving all the supportive comments that you're all giving me. It really spurs me on to continue to make great content for you guys. Thanks so much for joining me on Julie's Wig World.